Presidential Medal of Freedom. Not exactly a Cartier or a Fabergé, but to me, it is the most beautiful piece of fine jewelry I've ever owned. Why? Because it recognizes me as an individual who has made an especially meritorious contribution to the security or national interests of the United States and world peace. Personally, because it'll make you think that what I did made a difference. Oh, goes with my ensemble, don't you think?
Saundra McClain, who is the wonderful actress who is portraying this character, Barbara Jordan, came to me and she sort of corralled me, she intimidated me, she pushed me to work with her on this play that she was writing. And knowing how wonderful an actress Saundra is and knowing how important a subject matter that Barbara Jordan is, for me it was actually a lot of fun working with Saundra on putting this play together.
I had such high expectations. That cold, rainy December morning, when my assistant, Bud Myers, drove me to the Blair House to meet with President-elect Carter. The dampness in the air triggered my symptoms, so I gulped down some experimental drug and donned my favorite floppy hat and hoped I looked better than I felt. It was difficult, but I tried to hide my frustration with all the chit-chat and the small talk. But I was caught totally off guard when Carter asked, is there something you feel you can do for the people? Well, not one to want to beat around the bush, I replied, I'm qualified and most interested in becoming Attorney General. Well, the hush that fell upon that room you could cut with a knife. After an awkward moment, Carter asked if I was interested in Solicitor General or the United Nations. I said no. Another awkward moment. Then some more chit-chatting and small talk, and then sooner than scheduled, the meeting was over. No, you all come back now here, or nothing. Some felt it was due to my alleged poor relationships with the Congressional Black Caucus or unpopular alliance with the Texas oil interests. Even charges of political opportunism was rumored around the Beltway. Oh, there was much speculation. But when the Washington Post wrote that Thurgood Marshall cited my inexperience, explaining that I would not be the best choice for Attorney General or the Supreme Court, I was hurt. I was certainly a better choice and more qualified for Attorney General in '78 than Clarence Thomas was for the Supreme Court in '92.
Barbara Jordan means a lot. The fact that she had so many accomplishments, that she had the Medal of Freedom. She was a very powerful person in our history.
I made it a point to get to know the people and the people to get to know me. Till finally, after 3 races for the Texas Senate, I win. Throngs of people show up for my election party. Hundreds of colored folks in their Sunday go meeting clothes. People hanging out of windows, cars honking, my parents crying. I was the first black female in history to serve in the Texas Senate, and the first black person since Reconstruction in 1883. And all I can remember saying when they stuck those microphones up in my face was, I still feel a little numb, but it's great, just great.
In doing this play, we're not doing it to give you all the history of Barbara Jordan. We're giving you a snapshot so that we can inspire you to go and find out more about Barbara Jordan, because there is so much. She has so many quotes that we could have used that we don't use. And the best compliment to me would be, or to Saundra or to the play, is to say, wow, I want to find out more. I want to go home, I want to read about it, I want to get to know Barbara Jordan. And that, for me, is what I'm doing here.
President Nixon has abused the powers of his office and the federal agencies to cover up his activities, and why these misdeeds are crimes against the Constitution. It is painful for me. But as the evidence mounts against Nixon's staff, the scandal creeps all the way up the government's chain of command. Ehrlichman, Haldeman, John Dean, Hunt, Colson, Krogh, Mitchell, Liddy, Magruder. But the question on everyone's mind is, what did he know? And when did he know it? I did not like the idea of working to impeach a president. But when the articles of impeachment were finally voted upon, I wanted to be one of the managers on the part of the House to present the indictment to the Senate. But none of us got the opportunity because Nixon resigned. And 1 month later, President Ford pardons him for all offenses. Justice is not carried out.